What's going on? It's your guy, Wally, aka Mr. Music is My Business, and welcome to Urban Grind TV. Today, we've got an amazing artist whose sound is as bold as his story. He's a Mississippi native, Texas-based, genre-blending force who's shaking up the industry right now with his lyrical depth and his undeniable vibes. Whether it's a hip-hop, gospel rap, reggaeton, or trap, this man brings it all together in one style that he calls savory ice cream. And trust me, once you hear it, you will never forget it. His new project, The John Wick Chronicles, Volume 1 Undefying Gravity, just hit number 49 on the iTunes music charts and also landed in the top 10 on 2 Amazon charts, earning him a total of 3 plaques, including his first one with Urban Grind TV. This artist is on the rise, and tonight he's live in the building. I need everyone out there at home and in the studio to put your hands together and help me welcome the one and only Sipp to Urban Grind TV. Welcome, brother. Welcome, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Man.
I'm glad to be here, man.
You glad to be here? I appreciate that, man. How was the trip coming in?
It was good, man. It was smooth.
It's a journey, man.
It's a journey. Though.
Tell them about what you like, how far you came to come rock with us tonight.
Oh man, we actually left Texas. It's been like a week going on trip from Texas to St. Louis to Chicago. You know, I made it happen. We got here.
That's right, on the grind, because if you slow up, you won't blow up, man.
Yes,
you
sir.
came all the way in, you came up in Mississippi, soaked up the game. This man's father actually had a nightclub, and they had a ton of legends that would come through and perform. And this is your dad's club.
Yeah.
But now you're repping heavy in Texas. How did that journey from Mississippi, your father owning a club, to going to Texas, how did that shape your journey and your approach to music?
It shaped my journey. It was just different, you know. Getting out the military, you know how it is. It's different coming back into the regular world. So you know, I was just trying to find my way, and music really helped me find my way because I was lost. I was lost, bro, and I just decided I'm gonna go to school, and then I'm gonna do music and put God first while I'm doing it, and I'm gonna figure it out along the way.
You know why that story is so touching and powerful to me? Real talk, that is my story as well. Coming home off active duty, suffering traumatic brain injuries, dying multiple times, being medevaced out of the field, going through that and finding something that I want. I wasn't really a big drinker or nothing like that, right? I can't dance, right? So I used music as a way to deal with my post-traumatic stress, my anxiety, and everything that else I was dealing with. I'm just an overachiever, so that's why we're sitting here today with the Urban Grind TV. But you're the first guest that that's been sitting here as a fellow veteran, a fellow brother of mine, that has been able to tell me my story, and that I felt like I believe you. I know what you're talking about, and I understand what you're going through when you tell me that. Because you go from a world of structure and order and everything to, like, you get out here and the world is like black and white. It's backwards. None of it makes sense. My first job, I'm like, what do you mean you're going home? Like, it's not done. Like, there was no work hours, and you slept when the mission was done, and you were dedicated, and the men and women to the left and to the right of you, they will die for you. You can count on them, and you can believe that when they say something, they're gonna be there. And that's regardless of race, color, religion, creed, anything you want to tap in, right? Am I lying?
No, you're not lying.
That is the brotherhood of being a United States military veteran and the pride that we carry. And when you get out here in the civilian world, you're like, I can't count on this guy to bring me lunch. You know what I mean? Let alone do something. Am I lying?
No, you're not lying, man. It's the truth. This is exactly how you feel once you get out. You're like, who can I trust? How do I know they got my back? Because you ain't been in no situation to know if they do or not. So you kind of got to learn a new way to move once you get out, a new way to do business.
I used to wake up for PT like for at least 6 months. When I got out, I used to get up and just start getting dressed randomly at 5 o'clock in the morning. Makes no sense, but if you get up and run every day for like 3.5 years, you just used to getting up.
Right.
It's
Definitely.
weird. It's really weird. But I want to get into Sipp, the movement right now. You came up in Mississippi. You soaked up all this different game. Now your music, it's blending so many different styles. It's got rap. It's got gospel, trap, even reggaeton and rap. What was the plan from the start, or is that something that just evolved over time?
It just evolved over time. Um, Actually, me and my little cousin just started doing music in the house together over time. When I moved to Texas, this wasn't never the plan. Like, we were just cleaning the house, doing regular activities. And after I sat and listened to our music, I was like, man, we actually got a shot at this. Like, why not take it serious? And we got all these resources. I feel like we're not using them the right way. So I started using them the right way. And here we are right now.
Now, let me ask you something, because again, you mentioned you started out doing music with your cousin. Do they still do music today?
Yeah, he still does music now. He just more focused on his other business.
Right.
I know he's in the drop shipping, so he's getting more into that right now. But he still does his music though.
I'm glad you touched on it, and the reason I want to build on that is that I want people to know the people that you start with are not always going to be the people that you end with, and people are going to drop out. Their life path is different. They're going to change goals. So if you really believe in you and your mission, I just want you to stay on point and stay on target so you could be doing big things like my man Sipp here, man. You described your sound as savory ice cream. And I love that because it's something that most people can identify with. It's something that you can picture and you could like put on your tongue. What does that mean to you? And when somebody hears that, a fan hears that at home, what should they expect to hear?
They should expect to hear, hidden bars, different punchlines in the bars. Not too complicated. Some of them are you'll catch it later, and then some of it's simple, so you'll grab into it.
And I love it because you really do got like that flavor. You can hear like the South, which is like got its style, and then you can hear a little bit of the Texas influence.
Right.
And you've got a really good, like his album, John Wick Volume 1 / Undefined Gravity, like it is, you could just put it on and like let it rock all the way through. And that's what I want to tap into. Undefined Volume, first off, I want to do something that is new to the show and I want to kick it off. And I felt this is the most appropriate way to do it is I want to do a vote. So cheers and salute with you. Congratulations
you,
on
brother.
number 49 on the iTunes music charts, and number 2 on the Amazon movers and shakers, and number 8 on the Amazon bestsellers. That's no small feat. Congratulations, my brother. That's right. That's Ignite the Grind and Fuel the Charge Volt Energy Drink, man. That is major.
Vote.
How does it feel? I know we talked to you a little bit on the radio, but how does it feel when you're scrolling through the charts? Like there's the music charts, and these are for, I want people to understand, iTunes is about sales. These are people buying and purchasing that are finding your music. How does it feel when you're going through it and you're like going through and you're seeing all these names that you probably have grown up with or influenced, or you certainly at least know? How do you feel as an artist and as a creator?
Man, as an artist and a creator, that's what we do it for. That's exactly what you do it for, to see yourself up there with the guys you listen to or who you grew up listening to. Like, it's nothing more motivating than seeing that, brother, and being able to build with some people, to be able to do that as a team. That's what we do it for.
Isn't it beautiful? Because that's one thing that, like, no matter what, like, they can never take away from you.
Right.
That is, you know, you
That's
live
yours.
in infamy, right? July 28th, 2025, recognized August 1st, the man who's on, you know, top 50 in the world. This is the United States, you know, and these are albums.
Right.
So I just, again, man, I want to congratulate you on that. You did all that kind of working with us when tapping in with Urban Grind TV. And I just want to feel like, how's it been? How's your experience been since you came all halfway across the country to Chicago to work with Urban Grind TV and to see what we've got going on here? You believed in it, you invested in it. How has this journey been?
Man, it's been wonderful. Not gonna lie. You took care of me as a fellow brother. You know, we take care of each other, and I got no complaints, man. And the results are here. If you want results, you know, of course you gotta put the work in, but you also gotta get with the right people to get your work seen. So these are the right people you need to get with.
I really appreciate you saying that, because I think a lot of times people, we see stuff and we're kind of hesitant on making the moves. And one thing is, I always believe in, when I work with somebody, I try to meet them, and when we can, we want to over deliver and blow people's expectations out the water. So I'm just so happy that we've been successful. I mean, that's my first time, 23 years in the business and the music business, that we actually was able to pull plaques out of one single, man. So like, this is something that we're all celebrating with you. You've rocked with different artists that are out there, big names: Therese Deshawn, Webby, D Baby, Lotta Savage, even Moneybagg Yo. What's your mindset when you're getting ready to hit the stage and you got a big show like this with some major people out there?
With those shows, you know, those artists are the ones I open up for along the way, and you know, you just gotta get in that mindset and, you know, get in that mode. You know, you that guy, and be confident. Put the practice in. Make sure you know your lyrics. You don't want to get up there looking crazy. You know, make sure you put the work in. So when you invest, then it's your time to go up there. You know, you good to go. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
Properly prepared, right?
Right.
Geared up, ready. And I think one thing I want people to know is, like, when you go and you do these kind of big events, you're not just opening up for people, but you're there networking. So I've seen people come in like 20 minutes for their set, get on stage, perform, and then what they do is they just walk out or they leave.
Yeah.
And then there's other people like myself will stay and meet and probably shake at least 50% of their hands. Used to be 100% before COVID, but at least 50% of people's hands, and get to know them and say, hey, hello. I mean, you are a guy that believes in networking,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
drove halfway across the country to join us on the show. How important has networking been to your career?
Man, it's been very important, man. Very important. That's like the key to anything in life is network. It's not about what you know, it's who you know. So man, the more artists, if you're in this line of work, the more artists you get out there and perform with and touch shoulders with and get their social media while you're out there performing, not just leave, watch them too. You know, it's not always just about you. This not the picture. Some artists get caught up in that. They just want everybody to see them, but they not worrying about the other artists there. There's some other dope artists there, probably some better than you, that you should probably listen to, probably get to know. You never know who that artist might know. So that's why that was real big, helping me throughout my journey right now.
We heard you also bring the same energy from behind the DJ booth. And there's two major legends down in the South, and these happen to be DJ Precise and Michael Watts. I want to know, how did you tap in with these legends?
I heard about Precise through my family members and some of their friends that he networks with, but I actually went and met him in person when I lived in Waco, and ever since then, me and him been tapped in ever since. He would tell me just to pull up at certain events, and I would just pull up, man. He'd be like, man, you can perform, go perform, you know, and I'd be there. And, you know, a lot of artists, they just don't pull up no more. Like, they don't have that factor about them, you know. They got something else going on or they make an excuse, but I will always, you know, if he tell me this time be here, I always pull up. And that's how I end up meeting Michael Watts through him.
Man, first off, shout out to your family members because they connected. Number one, right? They're legends
Right.
in the city. And number two, I like the way he handled it because I learned one thing, and I know Randy's a firm believer in it as well, is that when people ask you for something, you should generally ask them for something in return to see if they're serious about it. So the very first test he said was, pull up. So like it's not gonna come to your doorstep. They're not gonna find you in the studio and be like, here's $1 million. Like you have to pull up. This generation, we do a lot of stuff with social media and online and stuff like that. You are not gonna build those genuine relationships like you will by sitting in a room with somebody and shaking their hand and feeling their energy. So salute to you for doing that. That's the first step, is you gotta show up. Because if you don't show up, like ain't nothing gonna happen. And you gotta show up until you blow up, right?
Right.
So off stage, you've been partnering with different organizations like the Boys and Girls Clubs, and you got other youth programs. Why is community work so important to you?
Because it gives back to where you came from, you know, and you should always go back and do that. Because that was a big factor in my life growing up, the Boys and Girls Club, you know, that probably helped save my life growing up, matter of fact.
Oh, so you actually went to the Boys and Girls Club as a kid then?
Yeah, my whole life growing up, I always went to the Boys and Girls Club.
And what was it about the Boys and Girls Club? What did it provide for you that made you want to go back and forth to it?
It was just a place for us to have fun where we could be safe at. Besides other things, you know, we could go hoop. No matter what, they always had a gym open or this, or they have little praise choirs, you know, put us in different activities, take us on different field trips. You know, it was just a place to keep us busy.
Keep you out of trouble.
Right.
I mean, that's an amazing, and who knows how your life would have been different if you didn't have that. You're wrapping up your final term. This guy's, he does it all. He's also wrapping up his final term in audio engineering and production. The man's in school. How has school helped sharpen your game in the business?
A lot. You know, it helps you see it in a different perspective, and on the engineer side now, on the producer side now, instead of just from the artist side, you got different viewpoints to look at. You learn more. It brings you a different revenue of cash if you can turn it into a tool, a craft. You work on it. So it's definitely helping and will help tremendously with me.
Are you producing any of your own music right now?
Yes, I am.
He wants all that money, all that bread.
Yes, I am. My next album I'm working on, probably doing half of those songs by myself right now, and that's in the process right now.
Anything that's on the project that you produced?
On the John Wick project?
Yeah.
No. My little cousin produced all those.
Shout out Cuz. What's Cuzzo's name?
Rapper X.
Rapper X. Sure, that's family.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
I seen him. Yeah, I know he's on the project.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was family. So from charting albums to live shows, now you're giving back. What is next for J Sipp as you continue to build your brand and build your sound?
Next, just working on making good music and getting the merch ready. You know, we got the merch coming soon, so make sure you're getting that ready, and just stay tuned to more to come.
Yep, and he's gonna have the credit card readers, like Randy said. You're gonna have the cash on deck, Apple Pay, Zinc. We're gonna take Link Card, whatever you got, you run it. Bitcoin, whatever, we converting it, right?
Right.
You're taking everything. We need all that money, because you can't make money if you can't take money, right? That's what he said, man. I like that. So everyone watching at home, people that are interested in you, they want to join the movement. Where can they follow you, stream the music, and like tap in? Maybe they want to do a feature. They want to get one of them beats. How can they find you?
Man, you can find me on all platforms. J Sipp, JSIPP, And then 601, the area code I'm from, and now I pop up on everything. Same with the music, just Sipp. And I'm on all streaming platforms, all major platforms. So whatever you stream, whatever you listen to, I'm on there.
Man, is there anybody you want to shout out?
God first, my family, my fiance, just everybody that helped me make the project come true and believed in me.
Man, shout out to all the people on iTunes that copped the album, helped this man get a plaque. Number 49 on the iTunes music charts, man. Shout out to all those people. Man, big salute to Sipp for pulling up, showing out, but don't go nowhere. When we come back, we have a special live performance from the man here himself, right here on the Urban Grind TV stage. You're watching Urban Grind TV, powered by Volt Energy Drink. Ignite the charge and fuel the grind. Let's go.
Step onto the stage at Urban Grind Studios, featuring a professional TV set with a full stage, dynamic lighting, and top-tier production capabilities. Whether you're filming a show, recording content, or creating high-quality visuals, we've got the setup to bring your vision to life. We also offer a state-of-the-art podcast studio with a Rodcaster Pro, professional mics, and in-studio monitors for flawless sound. Need crystal-clear wireless audio? Our professional-grade Saramonic wireless audio system with 4 microphones ensures top-quality sound for any production. Our photography studio is perfect for headshots, brand shoots, and content creation with premium lighting and backdrops. Need to record music or voiceovers? Our on-site recording studio is available for high-quality productions. Expand your reach with podcast distribution, TV and radio packages, and exclusive content placement services. And we keep it comfortable, with a fridge stocked for guests, easy parking, and a designated smoking area. Book your session today. Call 1-888-380-1913 or visit urbangrindtv.com.
Yeah. Hey, this is Space Age, man. It's on all platforms. Make sure y'all go check that out. It's already out right now, man.
When I jumped up off the porch, it was the heat of the night. Me and Granny stayed up late watching the heat of the night. I was 13 when I read it, more cat for the hydros. I was smarter than the rest. The older cats moved my dope. Now I'm pimping my pen, now I'm pimping my pad. 8 ball of MJG on my Space Age to the end. Now I'm pimping my pen, now I'm pimping my pad. 8 ball of MJG on my Space Age to the end. I knew this shit named Erica, yeah, she was from the bayou. She used to bless a player, and I never said hi to. She used to keep that kitty ball for me just like Caillou. And yeah, you pushing people, she ain't backing yeah like I do. See, my pimp is superb. When she get the trippin', I just swerve. But I ain't perfect all the time, I still kiss the curve. Say she like the way I use my verbs, actions in my words. I'm a blade fighting demons like Peter, fight that bird. I jumped up off the porch, it was the heat of the night. Me and Granny stayed up late watching the heat of the night. I was 13 when I read it, more cat for the hydros. I was smarter than the rest. The older cats moved my dope. Now I'm pimping my pen, now I'm pimping my pad. 8 ball of MJG on my Space Age to the end. Now I'm pimping my pen, now I'm pimping my pad. 8 ball of MJG on my Space Age to the end. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Space Age, man. Make sure y'all go check that out. That single is out right now on all platforms. The next one we got coming up is Willie D, man. And that's off the John Wick soundtrack. Chronicles Volume 1, Undefined Gravity. We just charted on Apple Music, Amazon Music bestseller, Movers and Shakers, 3-peat with Urban Grind TV. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out.
A fucking nobody?
A
fucking nobody. It's John Wick.
Yeah. Let's go. This that drop, straight out the pot. Don't touch that stove, it's still hot. I know they mad, but I still pop. This that drop, straight out the pot. Don't touch that stove, it's still hot. I know they mad, but I still pop. Drop it. Yeah. Drop, straight out the pot. Don't touch that stove, it's still hot. I know they mad, but I still pop. Drop it. Hey, that what she did when I stepped in the prison. She already know I'm a legend. Pulled up 911 with a 1911. That's how I really be. I'm old school, call me Willie D. I don't think they be feeling me, stepping on anything in the facility. See, I'ma make them remember me, and I ain't in the friendly activity. See, my mom only had 2 boys, but ain't none of y'all niggas killing me. So this ain't a spelling bee, but we'll steam to be tendency. Most of my homies got felonies, they playing foul with a referee. Repetition, forget the superstition, always on a mission about my business, always been about my cake. All my haters, they can keep push skate, no loop pay. And all I wanted was the top, baby girl, yeah, no toupee. Top in the morning, that's a head start, in the push start, picture this, yeah, no Mozart, surf hard, call it like a go-kart. I told him, yeah. This that drop, straight out the pot, don't touch that stove, this that hot. I know they mad, but I still pop, drop it. Yeah, that's what she did when I stepped in the prison. She already doing my legend. Pulled up 911 with a 1911. That's how I really be. I'm old school, call me Willie D. I don't think they be feeling me, stepping on anything in the facility. Make sure y'all go check that out, man. That's off the John Wick Chronicles Volume 1, Undefined Gravity. And make sure y'all check out my other half of it, Rapper X, my little cousin, man. And yeah, it's good seeing y'all and blessing the stage. Yeah! This is Jay Sipp, man, and you're watching Urban Grind TV.
Attention artists, producers, and record labels. Are you ready to elevate your music career? Urban Grind TV will get your music video on BET Jams. That's right, guaranteed airplay for your music video on BET Jams. You'll receive a minimum of 6 to 12 plays, gaining you massive exposure to fans and industry insiders. Just contact Urban Grind TV and we take care of everything. The professional video preparation, the closed captioning, the submission, and the music video placement with the results guaranteed. Just contact Urban Grind TV, send us your file via WeTransfer, complete the payment securely on our website, urbangrindtv.com, and we handle the rest. All you need to do is call 888-380-1913 and visit urbangrindtv.com to get started today. Urban Grind TV, where your music meets the spotlight. What's going on? It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music Is My Business from Urban Grind TV. I'm here to announce my brand new book is out. It's available everywhere books are sold. It's titled Music Is My Business, the ultimate startup guide to the music business. You can check it out at musicbusinessebook.com, Amazon Books, Barnes & Nobles, and everywhere that books are sold. And it will help you turn your love for music into a sustainable career. Check us out, musicbusinessebook.com.
What up, world? You locked in Urban Grind Radio, 28-time award-winning Raw show, blasting from Chicago to Phoenix, all the way across the pond in London.
We got the amazing all-star DJ Showtime on the ones and twos, UrbanGrindRadio.com for archives and exclusive mixes. Let's get into it.
Yeah. So, you're locked in Urban Grind Radio, the voice of our culture right now. Today we got a special ghost who's been cracking up the audience all over decades. Based out of Chicago, he's featured at clubs across from Zanny's to the Comedy Store and comedy specials like Not Like the Sauce. It's streaming now on Dry Bar Comedy. Please welcome Ragu, my man, Not Like the Sauce.
Ragu, it's great to have you. So let's get into it.
So, you've been on this comedy journey since 2010, so that's 15 years in the game, right?
Yeah.
What was your first set like, and what type of reaction you got, and was that the action that you expected coming from the crowd?
Yeah, so my very first set was an open mic in 2010. It was actually interesting because it wasn't an actual like comedy open mic. They had other artists there. So it was almost like a variety, but comedy, there were comics, so I thought I'd try out my, 5-minute set. I got a pretty good reaction, but then it just went, downhill for a bit from, like, your first set can always, like, go pretty good, but then when you're actually in a mic that's actual comedians, that's when the real reality starts of, like, being a comic.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So, like, a lot of people don't realize that 5 minutes is a long time to be on
Yeah.
stage telling jokes. Like, how do you get to your 5 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a thing called Type 5, which you always try to get. That's your first goal in comedy. That's your 5 minutes of the jokes that are solid and that'll always get a laugh. And so let's say it's almost like if you were in an elevator with somebody and they said, hey, quick, give me your 5-minute set. You got to know exactly what those jokes are. That's called the Type 5. So that's what you're achieving. So you need to know, the lineup of
Sounds
what
like
you're talking about.
As they call it in the work world, like elevator speech. Or
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
You have
exactly.
your stuff already ready pretty much.
So, and then from the Type 5, you just kind of branch off, like, write more and just go from there.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. See, Chicago has like a rich comedy scene.
Yeah.
So, quick question. Who are some of your local comedians that inspired you, or anyone that you can think of that you may have inspired you even growing up, comedians?
Yeah, so locally, because I started comedy in Chicago, but I didn't know a lot of the local comics when I was starting out. But I do, if you, talk about the bigger comics, Jerry Seinfeld was a big influence, Jim Gaffigan, Ray Romano. Like, I do clean comedy, so I'm a, family guy. Like so I get drawn to comedians who talk about families. But I have favorite comedians. I mean, all over, like George Carlin, go back in the day, like Richard Pryor and, all the greats.
That's
so,
good. You're naming them, right?
You got to talk about them.
Yes.
Because they started it all.
Exactly. They're the ones that opened the doors.
They broke up that whole thing where now comedians can really talk about whatever they want.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Yeah.
as you're doing comedy, right? Your first few gigs,
Yeah.
you're finding your voice, man. So how did you know when you found your comedic voice?
So a lot of my comedy I draw from my life. So what really helped was the comics that I mentioned, where I gravitate towards. That helped a lot because then I can study them. And like, for instance, Jim Gaffigan, how does he talk about his kids? Like, obviously what he, talks about isn't what I talk about.
Right.
That's his life. And I talk about my life. But there are things that you pick up about, let's say when you're telling a story or when you're doing the setup punchline, there are things that you study and you work off of, like skills that you learn. So, yeah, so that helped a lot. And like finding my voice, I already knew that I was going to be a clean comic. So what that means is, I get a little edgy, but it's still clean.
Right.
So I can work anywhere, basically. So that's kind of what I went for. And so I just kind of, stayed on that path.
It's all about staying employable.
Yeah.
Huh?
Exactly. So you've obviously performed everywhere from intimate clubs
Yeah.
to major stages. So how do you prepare yourself when you do have a comedy event, whether it's something local, whether it's out of town? Like, what do you do to prepare?
So one of the things is, the audiences are going to change, of course, but there's different types of audiences. Like, for instance, a lot of times I'll have an all-Indian audience because the lineup might have all-Indian comics. I do private events, so like a lot of people recommend me to Indian parties. So there's a certain kind of material you have to bring, include a lot of the Indian stuff, Then you go to, like, let's say an all-black audience, which is one of those audiences I'm really trying to, really break into. But they're a lot of fun. So so there's a certain kind of preparation for that, And how I do that is kind of study and ask around. Especially my early on, these are the questions I would ask. It's like, hey, how do you approach an audience that you've never worked with before? So And that's the great thing about Chicago is you get a lot of help. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
We're very helpful.
Yeah.
Hey, more than you want us to be.
Yeah.
So we getting ready to take a quick break, man. We're chopping it up with comedian Ragu, and conversation is just getting started, man. We'll be right back after this short break, brought to you by Vault Energy Drink. Ignite the charge and fuel the grind. Don't go anywhere. You're tuning to Urban Grind Radio.
Step onto the stage at Urban Grind Studios, featuring a professional TV set with a full stage, dynamic lighting, and top-tier production capabilities. Whether you're filming a show, recording content, or creating high-quality visuals, we've got the setup to bring your vision to life. We also offer a state-of-the-art podcast studio with a Rodecaster Pro, professional mics, and in-studio monitors for flawless sound. Need crystal-clear wireless audio? Our professional-grade Saramonic wireless audio system with 4 microphones ensures top-quality sound for any production. Our photography studio is perfect for headshots, brand shoots, and content creation with premium lighting and backdrops. Need to record music or voiceovers? Our on-site recording studio is available for high-quality productions. Expand your reach with podcast distribution, TV and radio packages, and exclusive content placement services. And we keep it comfortable, with a fridge stocked for guests, easy parking, and a designated smoking area. Book your session today. Call 1-888-380-1913 or visit urbangrindtv.com.
So we're chopping it up with comedian Ragu, and this conversation is just getting started, y'all. So, got a couple little peeks
All right.
that I need to dig in
Okay.
to get to know you a little bit better in your history and where you come from and all of that good stuff, right?
Right.
So, curiosity, a lot of comedy touches family and cultural experiences.
Yeah.
Do you find what makes material more universal, or does that conversation make people weren't expecting to laugh about?
Yeah, so comedy, I like it when comedy is universal, of course. Like, you know, you can bring it to any audience. Like, for instance, I do a lot of comedy on my marriage and kids, and there's a lot of people with families out there. You know, and then one of the things I've learned is I might have a younger audience sometimes, but I started when I'm married, right?
Ooh.
But that's when I got to dig into my single life and bring out material from there. So yeah, I draw a lot from my life and use those experiences, and it's kind of helped me a lot.
Do you find it any difference from the younger audience, even to the older audience?
Oh yeah. You know, and you kind of like when you do a show and you got a lineup of comics, and you know you can kind of read the audience based off of what are they laughing at, what are they now. Kind of the tough things is if an audience is really loving the dirty stuff. But then I get up there with my Ray Romano. I get scared because I'm like, how are they gonna, you know? So perfect example. I did a show. What was it? It was near Governor State, you know, College, or I think it's in like St. Charles or somewhere.
I think so.
Yeah. So there was a coffee shop near there that did shows, but that place drew all students. So, but surprisingly, like I go in there and I do my regular material, and for some reason I did really well. And these are kids. These are like, I don't know, 18, 19-year-olds. Like they're college students.
Yeah.
So I walk in there, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. You know, people are smoking weed. I don't know what's gonna, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I had a fun time. So sometimes it is surprising when you take your material to an audience that you think they're not gonna like, but they enjoy
Especially
it.
connecting with the
yeah.
younger audience, because I
Yeah.
think they're more critical and harder, if anything,
It had to
because
be
they
so
are
much.
younger.
Oh yeah.
It had to be totally unexpected that they
Yes.
was getting those jokes, but
And it's also city versus suburbs.
exactly.
Like you do shows, like I do a lot of shows around the burbs, and you get an older audience.
Yeah.
Like you'll get from like 30s to like 60s, sometimes even 70s, right? And they're really easy to reach because they have kids, or they have, they're married for a long time and all that. Then when you go into the city, you'll get younger professionals, but you will still have couples. That's why comics want to read the audience and go, all right, clap it up if you're married out there, you know? So you get a,
You do
get
get
a read
kind
on
of,
the
yeah.
The single folks, all
exactly,
that.
yeah.
Give it up
What's
to all
up,
my
gang?
single-
Who's
yeah.
single out there? You know,
Right. Okay.
you know,
Okay.
so
okay.
you know who's out there.
So like that's I guess that's coming from the grind you put in, right?
Yeah.
So speaking of the grind,
yeah.
like what are those behind the scene moments that you
Sure.
that you didn't expect, but you got an awesome story to tell behind it?
Oh yeah. So a lot of shows you'll do during the week, because weekend gigs, those are the ones that, you know, producers are booking. They're, you know, paying audience. But there are a lot of showcases, right? So you'll do a random Tuesday night somewhere at a bar. It might be like 10, 12, even less, you know. So these are the kind of environments like you have to really push through. Like this, you know, you got to treat every show like it's the show. Like put in your 100%. It doesn't matter, you know, because I mean, I've seen, you know, sometimes, especially newer comics will get frustrated. Like, oh my God, I can't believe there are only like 5 people in here, or, you know, and, or they'll try to avoid shows. But the thing is, especially when you're starting out, you want to take every opportunity you get because it's stage time.
Exactly.
Right? So stage time is so important. Like every single time that you get an opportunity, just take it. And it's tough. It's tough. Like you know, the grind, it's not easy for any artist, right? Like music, anything. So one of the things is just stick with it, you know? It can be frustrating, or things can change on you. They could be like, you were supposed to do a 15-minute set, but then it turns out you only have 8 minutes because they added a few more comics.
Right, you just gotta make the best of what it is.
So they added more
Much,
comics,
you
and
have
now
to.
like, so that's the other thing is go with the flow, because changes come with the business. So.
Absolutely. So you've been on legendary stages like Caroline's on Broadway and Hollywood Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
Do you ever still get like nervous, even like right now, before you get on set?
So yeah, so I've done Hollywood once. It was a show that it's called Chocolate Sundays. They do it every Sunday, and it's waitlisted. So it took me some comics. It takes you know, you're not going to go on for 3 years. Mine took like less than a year, but yeah, they have a wait list for that show. So it was a show that's very sought after, and I was very proud to be on it.
Sweet,
But
I
I
love
did
that.
I did like just I think it was like a 3-minute set or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, these stages can really the first time you do them, and even now, like when I get on Laugh Factory stage every now and then, like it can the first initial, like when you're walking up there.
Yeah.
But a friend of mine, a long time ago, he's in the music industry, and he told me one thing. He said, before you get on there, take a deep breath.
I think
And then
that's
get
what
on there.
anything you do.
So I still do it. I still do it, and it kind of helps me.
Okay.
And then I remember the first word for my first joke, and then
Okay. All right, man, that is a lot to take in, man. You got some awesome, amazing stories, man. So for the listeners who want to keep up with you, where can they stream you? Where can they stream special? Where can they find you, man?
So I'm on Instagram at RRA Comic. You can find me on Facebook, Raghu Adibhatla. And then my Dry Bar special is on Dry Bar Comedy.
Okay.
Add the comedy, because I told my family one time, go to drybar.com and it takes you to the hair dryers. So they get on there, they're like, hey, there's a bunch of hair dryers and hair stuff here. What's going on? It's like, no, drybarcomedy.com. It's like Netflix for clean comedy out of Utah. So I'm on there. It's called Not Like the Sauce.
Okay. Now, I like that. So I'm your boy, Sinister the Entertainer, a.k.a. Sinister the CEO, the big one, not the little one. I'm here with my very special co-host,
Angie A. Love.
and we've been here with Ragu, Not Like the Sauce, man. Let's give it up, man. It's Urban Grind Radio.
Hey guys, my name is Raghu Adibhatla, comedian from Chicago, and you're listening to Urban Grind Radio.
Yo, what's the word? It's SMG Zello, aka Thought Boy Zello, the Talk A Lot artist, man. In the beginning, it was hard for me to get exclusives and to get promo for my music. But guess what? UGTV has that, man. Call the number below, and they will help you out, man. It was the best thing I did for myself.
I just need some diamonds around my neck. I just need a bitch to suck it good and count the check. I don't need the backboard, I just need the net. I just need a crib for my OG without the rest. I'm smoking this OG, ran out of Zah, I smoke the rest. And we ain't beefing about a bitch and figure out we make a mess. I got a couple shooters, I'm not stating they the best, but Brody knocked them off when he last shots about to take. I just need a pound, I heard duty on the road. I just hit this lick, I'm trying to get up on the scope. I just need the game, I need the cheat, I need the code. I don't need attention from no dirty asshole. I heard she trying to get icy, I can get pricey, you cannot buy me. I walk in this bitch is invited, you can supply me, I fuck up a tight beat. I'm cooking this shit like I'm brewing, I'm putting the stew in and she wanna try me. They watching the shit that I'm doing, I got an influence, but they do not like me. I'm hitting her shit from the back, if she got a check, then she in a wreck. She trying to say that I'm the best, don't feel like the rest, I'm choking her neck. I told her I'd rather get money, don't think like a dummy, like I'm at a desk. My niggas ain't doing no running, they keeping they coming, the chopper got flex. I just need some diamonds around my neck. I just need a bitch to suck it good and count the check. I don't need the backboard, I just need the net. I just need a crib for my OG without the rest. I'm smoking this OG, ran out of Zah, I smoke the rest. And we ain't beefing about a bitch and figure out we make a mess. I got a couple shooters, I'm not stating they the best, but Brody knocked them off when he last shots about to take.
What's going on? It's your boy Wally, aka Mr. Music Is My Business from Urban Grind TV. I'm here to announce my brand new book is out. It's available everywhere books are sold. It's titled Music Is My Business, the ultimate startup guide to the music business. You can check it out at musicbusinessebook.com, Amazon Books, Barnes & Nobles, and everywhere that books are sold. And it will help you turn your love for music into a sustainable career. Check us out, musicbusinessebook.com. Welcome back. It's your guy Wally, aka Mr. Music Is My Business.
This your boy Sinister the Entertainer, aka Sinister the CEO, the big one, not the little one.
And this is Randy Turco, author of Making Money with Music, and today we're doing another Making Money with Music segment.
That's right.
I love doing on this for all the people out there who actually have any kind of creative business, not just music. But very often, it's funny how people who are musicians don't think of all the ways to make money that other people take advantage of, like podcasters and YouTubers and all kinds of other things. There's all those sources of income are true. And that includes things like affiliates, which we talked about at one point, and a bunch of others. But today I want to talk about a topic that's true no matter what kind of business you have, that I see a lot of musicians not take advantage of. And that is that you can't make money if you can't take money.
Okay. So say it again, Randy. Say it again.
If you can't make money if you can't take money.
That's right.
So it's like, well, okay, you might be thinking, well, of course I'm ready to take money whenever it comes by, but that's not cash anymore. I mean, most people don't have any. So the question is, can you take credit card? It's the first thing you should be setting up when you set up any kind of business. If you can't take credit card both in person, that is with your phone, and online, you're actually missing something out of your business you should have been setting up from day one to make sure you do that. So when you do that, you can do that at a number of places. A lot of them take a cut. So you're going to want to take your time and choose the best one. Stripe's pretty popular. You can also do it through PayPal. You can also do it through any number of providers nowadays, actually. So it's hard to list them all because they're proliferating. When I first got started in the music business, it was very hard to get a credit card and be able to take a credit card.
Yep.
But
readers.
They
charge you. Like
I had a
arm and
reader.
leg for it,
I had
too.
something you plugged into your phone that was analog, and you'd swipe the credit card.
Yeah.
I was sitting there with books and other things for my band.
You paid for that. It was probably like $100. I remember.
Exactly. I had one system they wanted to sell us. It was hundreds of dollars. And now you can do it just with the phone and put it in and be able to take it. The best ones allow you to set up an inventory. So you've got a t-shirt, you actually have t-shirts. You can set up discounts. You can take their information, their contact info. So it's more than just the money. It's actually your lifeline and link to all the people who are doing business with you. So you need to think about this from the day one that you're doing this. So that includes, let's go through it all. First of all, you've got to take cash. Well, most people say, well, yeah, I can do that, but you have to account for the cash. The reason why you want to do that, some people are like, well, I'll just put it in my pocket. I don't have to worry about reporting it. Now you're actually not doing any of the bookkeeping you need to figure out how your business is doing. Mm-hmm. So your bookkeeping's got to keep up. If you record it the right way, you can offset all the expenses off that income. Mm-hmm. And then now you don't even have to pay taxes on it in the first place. So you've got that going on. And you need to make change. Those are 3 things you have to handle with cash. When it comes to credit card, if you're in person, you should be able to take credit card through your phone, through whatever device they've got for you. You should be able to do it. If you have to swipe, some people have those little things where you can actually wave it in front and deal with phones and tap it. These are all things. If you have any kind of friction between someone who wants to pay you and yourself and whatever you're trying to do, you're going to lose sales. You're going to lose business. Number 3, you got to be able to take credit cards online. So that is to say, if you actually set up an online store, and I know we've done this before, we've actually done this where you set it up with PayPal and all the other methods. Stripe is particularly straightforward to do in many cases. It's built in, but I'm not recommending it as the only one. There's a lot of ways to do it. You do that, you can set up an online store. There's a lot of ways to do that with WordPress, and I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole other topic. And finally, importantly, another one that we've got going on to make sure that we're right is dealing with invoicing. So let's say you're doing a business-to-business transaction. The first thing they're going to have to ask for actually is, can you send me an invoice? You can always go online and whip one up, but you shouldn't have to think about it. Because as soon as someone asks you for an invoice, you should send it to them. And you should track it. Track which ones you sent out but haven't been paid yet. That's called accounts receivable. You have to make sure to keep on top of that. Otherwise, you're just going to do things for people and not keep track. On the other side of it, you should be able to say, well, I got paid this much money in order to do audio mixing. And that's my audio mixing service. This much out of merchandise. This much out of these things. So all of these various methods of, if you're going to make money, you got to be able to take money. You actually should be able to do all the above.
Plus, you can call people's bluff. We had a guy standing in this building that was like, oh, do you take cards? And I pulled out my stuff and I was like, yeah. And then he got real friendly. It just changed. The whole mood shifted. The whole mood. So my advice is drop that bread or play dead. Because that's it. Because people are going to call it. You got to make it easy, right? So it's boop, tap, gone. Yeah. Because, listen, I know who's real and who's not. Mm-hmm. When you're serious, you just pay the money.
That's right.
I don't negotiate. You're not going to negotiate for gas and whatever. No. I just buy it. I bought some Jordans today. I didn't, try to get, a deal. I do use my military discount. But besides the military discount, I don't ask for nothing else coming, right? So you got it. And I want people that are listening, Randy Turkle is not just an amazing researcher. He's a best-selling author, 4 books out, over 400 articles he's published on making money with music. So the man has done the research, he's done it, he's studied the successful people, and what he's talking about is what works. Mm-hmm. And it's a great thing. Can you collect some money today? Can you give them a receipt? Mm-hmm. Can they hit you with the card and make payments?
That's right.
So you got websites, huge. Website is your central organization. I can't tell you how many people got their social media snatched this year and just took from them.
We've heard that.
They start over from zero.
Heartbreaking. We're in touch with a lot of former NBA and other people in various legends, hip-hop legends. They've got their real accounts stolen, and it's just heartbreaking. That's a whole nother topic. We should cover some of these days.
Oh, we're definitely going to do that.
All right, so that's the key topic, and it rhymes, so it should be easy to remember, right?
Can't make money You can't take money.
You can't
That's
make
right.
money. So
Money rhymes with money, right?
So I guess
right.
I'm in good company because I've been setting up those things just by hearing and what I should do from just even overhearing what I should do because I got my PayPal set up.
There you go.
I have my store set up where I can take money.
Yes.
I got anything you can take. I can take credit cards.
Venmo?
I have. Only thing I don't do is Venmo. I have Zelle, have Cash App.
There you go.
And I got PayPal business account and a regular PayPal account.
So
the Tinder, Uber, whatever you need.
So the thing about Venmo to keep in mind is that if you do live streams like we're doing right now, and you want to take tips, like we're a major TV show, but if you take tips like you're doing a live stream performance, you actually could put something on the screen that just has your Venmo right there, and people could just put it in and give you tips. And I've seen musicians use that well, and they actually make a fair amount of money just while they're live.
All right, so Venmo was on the way.
There you go.
Tap in.
On the way, I gotta get them tips. Hey, matter of fact, y'all want to tip me now? Y'all can see the cash app's gonna be across the screen.
There you go. There you go.
So, do you got anything else for making money with music today?
That's the key. That's the key topic. It's the first thing you do after you set up your business is you tie it to all the bank accounts that you have. You need a bank account for this, whether it's your personal one or your business account. And setting up an actual business behind it is something I could cover at a future date if you want.
Nice.
Can
So
talk about
people
that.
want to get the book, Making Money with Music, check out some of your stuff. Where can they find it?
MakingMoneyWithMusic.com. We don't do the social media type of thing as much because we're more associated with a not-for-profit right now. We're actually about to do a major program in Sacramento. I'm looking forward to doing a future segment on that. We're doing some great things out there. So talking about it soon.
Major moves. Randy Churchill, thank you so much for Making Money with Music right here on Urban Grind Radio. Don't go nowhere. When we come back, we got This Week in Hip Hop History. Let's go.
All right.